What I think also freak stands for is that a guy from nothing became everything.
Η φτώχεια, η ανέχεια τον έκανε να είναι προσγειωμένος.
Αλλά το σημαντικότερο νομίζω που ξεχώριζε το παιδί αυτό από τα άλλα παιδιά ήταν μάλλον το πάθος του.
If I could go back to the time that I was 10 years old, I'd probably say my brother's following our mom to go to work. After a long day of being at work, coming back, having a little bit of fun at home, I'd say dancing and then just try to go outside and play.
I'm all about my family. Without my family, I wouldn't be here. Without my family, I wouldn't be who I am today. Me and my mom spent a little bit more time for ourselves because we did it the most.
Different markets and sell glasses, sell bags and stuff, either here in Athens or away from Athens.
From what I remember, whenever I think about that, it's always fun. It was always fun. I think I learned from the best. She used to be a great seller, had a great smile.
Sometimes Giannis, sometimes Giannis, sometimes all of them would want to join me. I said, please stay at home. They said, no, we're coming with you, mommy. I said, okay, come with us. You guys come with me if you want.
It actually makes me feel really proud. Sometimes actually I miss it. Sometimes, you know, I miss it. Do you know how fun it is for like a kid come back home, Mom, I just sold like this bag and we just made 40 bucks and you're 12 years old.
And when I grabbed the basketball for the first time, everybody has like a cool story that they say the moment they felt they're gonna be really good at it. I hated it. At first, I did not want to play basketball. I wanted to be a soccer player just like my dad. But the Nazis wanted us to play basketball. And you know, I was probably like 12 years old and I wanted to spend time with the Nazis, so I was like, okay, I'll play basketball.
This is my court, man. Man, this is my spirit right here, man. Here, drop step, dunk. I broke this rim like 3 times.
He saw that he could play. From day one, he saw that he could make money first for his family through basketball, 100%. I think his main goal when he started playing was to provide for his family.
This is where I grew up. This is where I started playing. I came to this team when I was 12. Alex grew up here, Kostas grew up here, Giannis played here, everybody played here.
Αυτό το παιδάκι που έφυγε από εδώ, το λεπτό, ήδη είχε δουλέψει πάρα πολύ για να καταφέρει να είναι αυτό που ήταν.
He used to be my head coach right there, Chaki Zivas. A little bit crazy, but good, very, very good heart.
Ήταν κάθε μέρα μέσα στο γυμναστήριο, ένα καχυκτικό παιδί, αδύναμο, με προβλήματα πιθανόν και διατροφής στην καθημερινότητά του. Παρ' όλα αυτά ερχόταν καθημερινά. Όταν βάλαμε στόχο ότι για να μπεις να παίξεις το αντρικό, ήταν 16 χρονών, πρέπει να δυναμώσεις, να μπορείς να τα βγάλεις πέρα με άντρες. Αυτός από την επόμενη μέρα ξεκίνησε, μπήκε στο γυμναστήριο, πριν και μετά την προπόνηση, δούλευε μες στα βάρη.
So this right here is like the facility of the Milwaukee Bucks, the new facility, right? it's exactly the same. So this is where we used to work out. So this is where we used to watch clips, DVDs, man.
You could see that he was a guy that he wanted to strive for something. He had this work ethic to be the best from the day one.
And when I was practicing, I wasn't thinking just about practice. I'm thinking about my dad and my mom are selling stuff in the street right now. And I gotta do whatever it takes to get better and hopefully have them never do that again. Giannis has been a big part of my life and my family's life. He's a freaking angel.
Mommy, who's this? Orestes. Look, he grew.
ευτυχώς, πρωί, μεσημέρι, βράδυ, ήταν με μια μπάλα στο χέρι και παίζανε εδώ απέναντι στο γηπεδάκι στον Τρίτονα.
After every practice, he used to give us ice cream.
And I think that was the year that I graduated high school, 17 and a half. And I told him that, you know, I got 1 year now, let me work in your cafe so I can provide to my family. And he said, no, you're gonna go practice in the morning, come back and rest. If you need some food, you can come here and eat, but you're not working in my shop. You're gonna be a basketball player.
We stayed a little bit there, and our school was up there. Every day my brothers came here, took their sandwich, their fruits, and school.
And I think these people were a big factor for us and they helped my family. It wasn't as in financially or something like this. It was more or less to find comfort. Because in the end of the day, you still want your kids to have a childhood, that you still want them to have fun, and you still want them to eat candy or go out or hang out with their friends.
Ήταν οι εποχές τότε κάπως πιο σκληρές. Δυστυχώς η γειτονιά δεν έδειχνε κατανόηση. Αντέξανε όμως, δεν δώσαν κανένα δικαίωμα σε κανέναν. Ήταν μια οικογένεια ευγενέστατη. Ήταν με το χαμόγελο στα χείλη. Η φτώχεια, η ανέχεια τον έκανε να είναι προσγειωμένος. Αντισταθήκανε και πετύχανε.
My dad told me that, you know, whenever you have food, everybody's got to eat, because that's, you know, the way we are as a family. I remember I used to get a lot of food that would be really good for me to get bounce and play better and get bigger, faster, and I used to like share with my brothers. That's what I did. But usually daily basis for the whole 17 years prior to that, that was my dad every day. That was my mom yelling to my dad and saying, Charles, you gotta eat also. And my dad always said, no, let my kids.
Let my kids eat first. So no, you have to eat too.
You see all these chairs right here? They never used to be there. You know, they started putting in there 2012, 2013, where people like the GMs, the scholars, used to come here and watch me and my brothers play. John Hammond, the guy that drafted me, he was right here. He was right here. And he was sitting down, and the thing that I always remember is that I was playing, so he was watching me play. But Alex was playing the little room. So Alex was 10, and he was like, oh man, he talks like this. Oh man, he's gonna be good, man. He looks good, oh yeah. But you know, they're not allowed to talk to you. So whenever I came here, because I used to go to the bathroom or to drink water, he used to say, oh, you see, they're not allowed to talk to you. And he used to say like, you look good, like fast, like, you look good, keep going, stuff like that. So I knew him before he drafted me. I had a really good impression about him before he drafted me, and I went to Milwaukee.
From all Greece, nobody knew that we had a guy here that he could be like an NBA player. And he left in one night like this.
I remember we got to New York. It's like, okay, tomorrow is draft night. Please let me just get drafted. That's what I get about. Whoever takes me, I'm just gonna work as hard as I can. And I'm gonna be a good player, and I'm gonna be able to provide for my family.
And then the day before the draft, they're like, oh, we're going to the draft, and you gotta dress up, and then you gotta buy a suit and everything. And I'm like, this is a lot of money. It's 500 something, 600, 1,000. Like, we don't have that money. I'm not gonna. And then, you know, I remember we had a company came, they gave us clothing and everything, and we finally made it.
The Milwaukee Bucks select Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I was sitting there with my brother. It happened. I heard my name. After that, it was a blackout. I don't remember much. The only thing I remember, I was in the stage shaking his hand. You know, I never looked. I was so shy. I just walked down the stairs and I was just shaking.
Giannis came to Milwaukee by himself, so a big part of it for us was to help him with that transition, to support him, to teach him how to drive, to help him grocery shop, to make sure he was eating meals at times, sleeping at the right times.
It was amazing, man. If I can turn the time back and just go back and relive those moments, I learned how to drive with my GM. I learned how to open a bank account by myself. I never had a bank account. I got into an apartment, rented an apartment with the help of my agent, but I found the apartment by myself. Like I was 18, doing some adult stuff that I've never done before.
But what stood out to me is that he wasn't nervous about it. He took it all in. He enjoyed it all. He learned every step of the way. He was humble. Just the stuff that he's great at now and the things that people love about him as a person, you could see it instantly when we brought him in as a young guy, kind of his first time in America, really.
I didn't know nothing. I didn't even know the players that played for the Milwaukee Bucks. I remember my first workout. I went and worked out with Milwaukee. I had OJ Mayo, biggest college, high school, NBA players to ever play the game, and they told me, okay, Giannis, you're gonna be with OJ. I turned around, I was like, who's OJ? You don't know what he said. He was mad.
Who you kidding around?
Every time, let's say, Giannis goes to play in New York, he has 4, 5, 6, 10,000. Do you understand? To go any city you go and play, you have 10,000 Greek people or Nigeria, people to come and see you play. You have 10,000 people come watch you play from the places you are. It's unbelievable. Anywhere you go in the world, that you find somebody that's from where you are and loves you crazy and supports you, that you've never met, that you've never like shake their hands or you've never done something for them, and they support you. So you do this for them. You represent them, and you show them that love comes unconditionally. You don't need love to give somebody love. You just give them, and that's it.
Okay, I will record. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Gotta have the serious face on and stuff.
His work ethic is unbelievable. Something that I haven't even seen before in my time in the NBA. To see a guy that comes in every day with this desire to get better is something that's remarkable.
I might not have the most talent. I might be a freak with my body, but I might not be the best shooter, the best ball handle, the best passer, but by working hard, you can achieve those things. The most important thing is the heart, what you feel inside. It's the flame inside your heart. How many people there like 6'6" like Jordan? Same body type, everything. Can they play like Jordan? Why? He had that flame inside his heart. He was a killer. I'm definitely a killer.
You know, it's interesting. The work ethic is kind of something that you hear like about legendary players. You hear about Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan and all this stuff, and you know, being on a different team, you start hearing about the work ethic of Giannis. You hear about it from other coaches and other players and whispers, and you're like, is it true? Is it not true? I'm not sure. And then you get here and you're like, oh my God, this guy works so hard. It's incredible. Like very rarely does the hype like live up to it, but Giannis lives up to the hype.
When I came over here, I used to, I was 6'9" at the time. I was 18, and then I grew. But I used to play like I was a guard. Almost I was trying to avoid the contact. Once I realized, you know, my length and how big I was compared to everybody else, and I got stronger, that's when I realized I could power through the contact.
In the East is Toronto. Keeps up with them, and Giannis finishes ferociously.
My very first workout when I went to Greece, I had this whole workout structure set up. And I thought I had some nice dribble moves and some tough finishes around the basket. It was going to be some slide-off finishes, some floaters. And the very first time, I said, Giannis, we're going to do an in-and-out crossover. I want you to slide off with the left hand and finish. He does it. Say, Giannis, same exact move. Let's get another rep. This time, he proceeds to do a slide-off with the left hand, bring it back to the right hand, and just dunk it and crush it. And I'm sitting there, mouth open, like, okay, that was kind of fluky. Next exercise comes, hey, Giannis, we're gonna do a crossover between the legs, behind the back. Now I want you to come through the middle of the paint, little floater. He comes down the paint, does like a windmill dunk right over the front of the rim. Say, Giannis, a little floater. Coach, I don't shoot that many floaters. I'm attacking the rim to dunk on people.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
He's leading by example. His voice is getting more and more prevalent, more and more comfortable with it. Talking to guys in timeouts, in practice, in film sessions. He's just growing as a leader, just like his game is growing.
I think Giannis wants to be the best player in the world. And he knows the only way to do that is to have extreme work ethic, an extreme amount of patience, and I think determination at the same time, because it's not going to happen overnight. This is a process, and he's definitely 100% bought in.
You know, it's always about hard work. It's always about progress. You know, and we don't settle for nothing. You know, we don't settle for like anything. We want to be the best.
You know, I always look back and say to myself, it's going to get easier. You know, as I get older, it never gets easier. It gets harder and harder and harder. But at the end of the day, if you want to win a championship and you want to be great in this league, you just got to go through, you know, those steps. That's what I'm doing right now.
What is your goal for your career?
I want to be an NBA player.
I used to play the game with the shoes, take them off, pass them to Thanasis. He put them on, he played. And obviously now, you know, I've got him so many shoes, so he can enjoy all the shoes I've gotten for him.
It wasn't that hard. Like I feel like everybody says like, oh man, it should be hard. I mean, it wasn't that hard. We couldn't. Okay, I wore a size bigger than him, but I mean, he got the job done. I'll be honest with you. I think we could play barefooted if we could.
Me and my brothers, obviously, we were always close to one another. Thanasis was one of, he's my older brother. The second, I got two older brothers, and he signed a deal in the first division in Greece, and he came back with a pair of shoes. And it was the Kobe Force, white and red. And when I saw that, you know, Kobe was my favorite player at the time. I was like, please let me have them, please let me have them. And at first he was like, no, like those are my shoes, and I haven't even worn them yet. Let me enjoy it a little bit, and then you can have them. And then again, my dad came out. He was like, no, we don't do this. Share, like. What you have, you're gonna share it. Like, you're gonna share. Having your own stuff is not an option. You're always gonna share with your brother. You're the oldest brother. You gotta show the right example.
Compared to the other stuff we were going through, this was nothing. No, you can't make fun of a guy who switches his shoe with his brother and then you lose by 40 points. You can't make fun of this guy. Even if you want to, you can't say like, oh man, you don't have shoes, but.
Giannis new signature shoe may be the best basketball shoe of the year.
Wow, that is some high praise.
They are nice. I think it's going to be a classic basketball shoe. A lot of guys will be wearing that shoe all year.
Never ever thought I'm going to have my own signature shoe. But at the end of the day, if you work hard and you really believe in yourself and you believe in your dreams, you know, stuff like this can happen. You know, that represents just being different, you know, being unique, and the way I play. There's never been a player my size doing the things I do, freaky stuff I do on the court. So that's why we try to do something different and, you know, do the swoosh big and backwards. It's all about being freaky and being different. You know, whatever I do, I represent my family, and I think my dad did a great job, you know, raising us and showing us, you know, how to be disciplined, how to respect one another, how to love one another. He did whatever it took, you know, for us to provide for us. I want to pay tribute to my dad and keep his legacy going. So that's why I am my father's legacy. He always loved roses, and obviously he's not here to see the final product, but always with the rose, you know, I'm going to represent my dad. That's why I wanted the rose to basically be there in every step I take, you know, moving forward. Every minute I play basketball court, it's always going to be there helping me. The feeling, even right now, it's surreal. Definitely back then, when I was 15, 16, I never thought I'm going to have my own shoe. Never. But it was just hard work that paid off. if you believe in yourself, you believe in your dreams and work hard, you know, things like this can happen.
I'm trying to think. I want to say something nice. I'm trying to think. I'm say something nice. Don't cut this. Keep the camera on. Don't cut this. Say something nice. And nothing else. We love you, Gigi. We love you. Hadi, ciao. That's it.
If you work hard and you really believe in yourself and you believe in your dreams, you know, stuff like this can happen. Never ever thought I'm gonna have my own signature shoe. Then I think we did a great job. I'm all about my family. Without my family, I wouldn't be who I am today. You know, the feeling that I had the first time I saw the logo. Of course, you can see the GA, but most importantly, it looks like an A. You know, in my last name, Antetokounmpo. I was born and raised in Greece, and we were able to match 34 with the Greek flag. My dad, he always loved roses, and obviously he's not here to see the final product, but in every step I take, he's always going to be there helping me. I want to keep his legacy going, so that's why I am my father's legacy. We try to represent Europe, Africa, and North America. Obviously, those 3 time zones are really important. I think there's never been a player my size doing the freaky stuff I do on the court. So that's why we try to do something different and do the swoosh big and backwards. My brothers mean the world to me. And I always wanted to make them feel involved, and the stripes represent my 4 brothers. It was really important to have a double stack zoom just because of the way I play. And I've tried this shoe so far. It feels really good, and it protects your knees and your ankles, and I think a lot of basketball players will definitely like that.